Of the opening period puts the Islanders on top. And Bourne, since coming to life in that Rangers series, has had himself a great streak.
What a move he makes. Quebec get caught standing still. Trotier's pass partially intercepted by Hunter, but Bourne, now watch Hunter stand there. Instead of going to Bourne, he knows there's problems behind him. Dupont, who went behind the net after Trottier, got himself out of position, and Bourne went right to the net unmolested. Watch again as Bob Bourne gives the Islanders a 1-0 lead. Here he comes in all the way from the side before anybody goes near him. In the puck goes Alain Cote down in front of the net. He was no help to goaltender Dan.
Over the gloved hand of Dan Bouchard, it is 2-1 Islanders. The goal at 1:09 of the second period.
What a blast. John Tonelli takes the pass. He's left all alone. Weir leaves him there. Here's the pass. Broken up. The first one. There it is. Bobby Nystrom. Look at the quick release of John Tonelli over the left shoulder of Dan Bouchard. Bouchard is on his way down, and the shot goes high, and that's what beats him. Had he left himself standing, he might have been able to get that puck. Tonelli, his 6th goal of the playoffs, gives the Islanders a 2-goal lead.
With 12 seconds left in the penalty to Peter Stastny. And Gillies, who hadn't scored in the last 5 games, makes it 3-0 Islanders at 15:35.
Whether it makes a whole difference or not, Jags, one of the basic fundamental things in hockey, you never change lines with the puck advancing into your own end. Watch the Islanders. They're in their end of the ice. One quick pass. Quebec Nordiques, you see them on the far side of your screen. They were changing. The Islanders, Clark Gillies blasts a low drive to the right of Dan Bouchard. Here we'll watch the shot. Beat Bouchard on the short side. 3-0 Islanders. Gillies, his 6th goal of the playoffs from Trottier and Stefan Pearson, 15:35.
And Wayne Sutter is over the line into an empty net. Islanders lead 4-2. 2 seconds remaining, and now the crowd begins its exit. The Islanders will head to the Stanley Cup Finals against either the Vancouver Canucks or the Chicago Blackhawks. The crowd,
a standing ovation, Jags, as well they should, for their home team, the Quebec Nordiques, as they have put on quite a display this season, particularly in the playoffs, defeating Montreal in 5 games in a 3-out-of-5 series, and the Boston Bruins in 7. There's Sutter as he blasts one into the open net, his 4th goal of the playoffs, and that put the game out of reach for the Quebec Nordiques, gave the Islanders a 4-2 lead.
Montreal and Boston, and now are eliminated themselves as the New York Islanders become the Wales Conference champions and will advance to the Stanley Cup final. You see Michel Bergeron in the doorway toward the Quebec dressing room. Now he is going to come out on the ice to shake hands with Denny Potvin, and will come across to greet some of the Islanders. Al Arbour is waiting at the Islander bench, and we see the defeated Quebec Nordiques go through the traditional handshake with the New York Islanders. There is Bergeron and Arbour.
Peter Stastny. Fans still on their feet.
The Islanders have gone to the dressing room. Bichette has come over to the handshake with Al Arbour, and now the Islanders are being waved back out into the center ice area because we're going to have a trophy presentation here in just a few moments. But we watch Daniel Bouchard, his head down as he goes to the dressing to be ashamed of. He played well, his team played well, but when you are matched against the Stanley Cup champions, you're going to have to play just a little above well in order to get the job done. And to center ice, and being placed there in just a moment will be the Prince of Wales trophy. It used to go to the team that finished 1st overall in the conference. No longer. It is now presented to the team that wins the conference championship, and that tonight belongs to the New York Islanders. That is another one of the changes that perhaps we haven't discussed or hasn't been written about as much as maybe it should have been. But the Prince of Wales Conference Championship Wales Trophy will be presented by the Vice President of the National Hockey League, Mr. Gil Stein. And that is Gil standing with the trophy, formerly associated with the Philadelphia Flyers. Now the legal counsel for the New York office, the entire National Hockey League.
when you think about it, Jigs, it wasn't until 1609, just prior to 1609, we were looking at a possible shutout for Billy Smith. The Islanders' last shutout was March the 12th, back in 1981, 5-0 versus Edmonton. And the last Isles playoff shutout, 1-0 versus Chicago. Bossy at 2:50 in overtime against Tony Esposito when the Islanders in 1979, April the 18th, beat Chicago 1-0.
So there's the final step toward the Stanley Cup Finals as Denny Potvin holds high the Prince of Wales Trophy. The Islanders have won the Clarence Campbell Bowl in the past. And the Prince of Wales Trophy is theirs as Wales Conference champion.